Girl, yo, this Kim and Croy divorce shenanigans is getting worse. It's bad. What in the divorce court is going on here? It's getting messy. And I know these two people. I'm the one who matched them up. Before I get started, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button so you don't miss an episode. Y'all, this Kim and Croy divorce is so messy that there's allegations of drugs, gambling, selling wigs, and narcissism. I am floored. I am shocked. I am appalled. I literally, I don't know what to say. This is really bad. I did not, in a million years, I did not see these two people even getting a divorce, let alone accuse each other of some heinous things as this divorce is happening. So let me catch you up to speed. As you all know, Kim Zolciak Bierman and Croy Bierman, who got married on 11/11/11. So that's 12 years ago. Wait, Carlos, are you good at math? It's 12 and a half years ago. Yes. Wait, carry the one. Okay. Honey, I'm good at TV, not math. Okay. So, well, allegedly they're saying Kim isn't good at math because Croy is alleging she has a gambling problem. Anywho, so they've been married for 11 and a half years. Wow, they got married 11/11/11, and they've only been married for 11 and a half years. I wonder if that means anything. Anyways, so fine. People go through a divorce. I'm shocked it happened. People go through a divorce. But what's even crazier is all of these allegations that are now being made due to the fact that, yo, it's so messy that Kim allegedly wants Croy to take a drug test. Now, I don't know what type of drugs it is. So let's be clear. It could be weed. Weed is a drug. It could be a black and mild. It could be steroids. Let's talk about it. It could be any of those things. It could obviously be crack cocaine. It could be meth. It could be heroin. It could be a lot of substances, right? Because when you see the word drugs, of course your mind goes to the most craziest things, right? So this is what is going on right now. She wants Croy to be tested over safety concerns for her children. The court documents did say that Kim is alleging, right, that she has seen Croy Bierman in quotes smoking marijuana, and now the reality TV star has serious concerns. She is insisting that he be subjected to a 5-panel hair follicle drug screening, as she is seeking temporary and permanent sole legal and sole physical custody of their 4 minor children. Okay, so it's not steroids, it's not crack, it's not heroin, it's not meth, it's weed. Okay, cool. So we got that. So she's alleging that Croy smokes too much weed. I don't smoke weed. Okay. I have all this personality. So imagine me high. I will be bouncing off the walls, not off the wall Michael Jackson's debut album. I will be literally jumping up and down. I drink a good old protein workout drink, pre-workout. Y'all know what I drink, honey. I don't do weed. But for my weed lovers, is that a concern? Because what I know for weed to be is it makes you hungry to where you're eating potato chips with hot sauce on it. And it sort of like chills you out. So that's what I know weed to do. But again, I don't smoke it. So I could be wrong. But to undergo random drug screenings while he's in the care of the children, that's serious. It's very serious. And again, I've been around Croy and Kim filming the show. Outside of the show, I never seen Croy light up a blunt. I never saw him like puff, puff, pass, pass. I never seen it. So I'm shocked that he is allegedly a weed head. I didn't, and I'm saying weed head allegedly because for you to be concerned about somebody smoking marijuana, I always thought that was a drug you take when you try to chill out. So what's really going on here? So she's alleging that. So then Mr. Bierman, honey, let me, look, I like to give y'all good a legal note. So this is what Croy is alleging. Okay. I want to read it to y'all, child, because y'all know I like to get the facts straight. Okay. So in new court documents, Croy claims Kim Zolciak's gambling has financially devastated the family. Croy is requesting in new court documents that Kim undergo psychological evaluation because of the compulsions she's presented. Compulsions? He's alleging that Kim spends substantial time and marital funds on gamblings and other games of chance. He said that this compulsion has financially devastated the parties. He says she is so consumed with online gambling that he wants her tested for mental health issues. Yo, y'all doing the most. This is, first of all, I had to read British Williams' document, what she pled guilty to. Now I got to read this. Child, Croy is saying that he wants Kim tested for mental health issues such as depression, narcissistic personality disorder, bipolar disorder. Child, this man is so serious. He attached scanned copies of Kim's yo. Honey, the men are messy. This is messy. Y'all, Croy attached scanned copies of bank statements and checks allegedly showing thousands of dollars in withdrawals. This is dirty. This, once again, I saw them a year ago when Kim so graciously, and I love me some Kim. Hey, Kim, I love you. Because people are asking me, like, Carlos, have you reached out to Kim? I know Kim personally. And I know when she's going through something like this, a lot of people on top of her, and Kim likes to have her space. So I haven't, but Kim, I'm praying for you and Croy and I don't like this. I just don't like it. But anyways, Kim so graciously came to my late night show, The Nightcap. I know y'all been asking where it's at, child. Stay tuned. Okay, anyways. And her and Croy were great. It was as if they didn't skip a beat. It was business as usual. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. And remember, I'm the one who introduced Croy to Kim because season 4, Sheree was doing that Dancing with the Stars local Atlanta Celebrity Edition. And Croy, who played for the Falcons at the time, was one of the local celebrities. Kim wanted to leave, child. Y'all know Kim loves to leave a scene, honey. Kim was like, I'm ready to go. And I said, no, please stay. And she was like, who's that hot guy over there? I said, oh, I think his name is Croy. She said, he's hot. So me being a producer, I was like, I said, well, if you stay, I'll introduce you to him. She said, would you? I said, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. So I made sure she wanted to leave, but I made sure she stayed. And then I made sure they got introduced. I'm like, Sheree, whatever. And the rest is history. And because of that, that's why Kim made sure that when she got engaged, she wanted to tell me first. And the rest is history with how Don't Be Tardy started. So y'all know that story. But all of this transpiring is shocking because it's getting dirty. And listen, I don't know what's true or what's not. Let's just start with the gambling thing. Now, look, we all know Kim likes to gamble. She said it on the show. She's talked about on the show how she loves to go to the Bahamas. She loves to gamble. Remember, her and Candy got to a big argument, I think, during season 10 or 11 or something. And, Candy and Kim took a trip to the Bahamas, and Kim was alleging that Candy tried to eat her box. It was a lot, right? And then Candy found out and checked her during a scene on the show. Talking about you were gambling and all this other stuff. So saying all that to say, we know that she likes to gamble because we saw her talk about it on the show, right? So we got that out the way. Croy is alleging that it's online gambling. Okay. Now, I like to play a good old game of solitary. Okay. I didn't know that you have to put your credit card down to gamble online that way. Is it blackjack? Is it Russian? Not Russian roulette. I'm also not a gambler. Is it roulette? We got roulette. I'm about to say Russian roulette. That's when you have a child. Anyways, blackjack. Roulette is when you put the ball into that circle thing and you got to figure out if you land on 13 red or 14 black. So I didn't know that online gambling was a thing. So that's what he's alleging. He's also alleging that she is suffering through depression, narcissistic disorder, and that bipolar disorder. These are very serious accusations. But to add insult to Lord Jesus, to add insult to injury, the fact that he took screenshots of her bank statements as proof that she has a gambling problem. Now, look, I'm not going to read Kim's bank statements on Reality with the King, honey. I mean, I draw the line somewhere, child. You got to have some decorum. So I'm not going to do that to my good sis. That ain't happening. But I did take a peek. I looked a little bit. I was like these, just so I could see if it was real. So I didn't read the whole thing, but it was a lot of subtractions and not additions. It was a lot of withdrawals and not deposits from what he showed allegedly that was hers. This just goes to show you, ladies and men, and they. I keep telling y'all, I said this to Moneybag Monique, and I'm going to say it to y'all. Stop this fantasy of thinking it's cute to have a joint account with your husband or wife. It's dumb. It's stupid. Having a joint account with your wife or husband is dumb. Yes, I'm saying it. It's stupid. This is what happens. When you give someone access to your personal business, you don't know which season of life you're going to be in your marriage. One day you love this man or woman or they, and then secondly, in multiple, as seasons progress, secondly, y'all could fall out. And he or she or they knows all your business. Let me tell you about me and my African. We do not have a joint account. I literally don't know how much he makes. It's not my business. As long as I know the portion of what he's responsible for gets paid, I'm good. He don't know how much I make. We literally have no clue. None. We just know, like, it says paid in full, cool. I don't have his bank account. I don't have anything to look at what he spends his money on. I don't care. Now, look, when I do see Amazon packages coming to the house, I'll be like, did I get something? It's one of those things for me, child. Nevertheless, I'm not checking his bank statements and he ain't checking mine. We literally don't know. All I can say to you is when it's time to pay the bills get paid. And when it's time to take care of stuff, the stuff gets taken care of. I wish I would have anyone have access to my bank account. My accountant doesn't have access to my bank account. Whatever he needs, I do this. Control Apple P as in print. And I even black out things that I don't want him to know. Because this is what happens. So unfortunately, this is how bad it is. Unfortunately, Kim's business is all over the World Wide Web. And like I said, I'm not going to read that online to y'all. I took a peek because I wanted to see if it was valid. And because I felt so disgusted by it, I was like, I don't want to read it. This is so intrusive to my girl's bank, like her bank statements. But Croy is alleging she has a gambling problem and that it affected the family financially. So Kim is selling her wig. It's not funny. What's funny is the fact that it's wigs. Kim is selling her wigs online. Now, I'm going to tell y'all the prices of the wigs in which she is selling, okay? Now, this is, when I say to y'all, this is too much for me, but let me tell y'all, raindrops. Oh, gosh. Okay, here we go. So, Kim has put some of her personal items, including those blonde wigs, up for sale on her online website called the Beerman's Closet. So if you want to see the wigs, child, go on the Beerman's Closet. The wigs are pricey, all the way up to $2,000. Wait, up to $2,750. There are 7 wigs in all, which starts at $1,500. Moving on. Okay. I mean, look, I don't wear wigs. I need to know if that's expensive, if that's a good deal. Is it a good deal, ladies? What $2,750 for a blonde wig? I don't know if Arrogant Tay needs one for Nicki Minaj. I don't know if Kellen needs one for Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know, honey. I don't know if Chris Appleton needs one for Kim K. But these wigs are being sold for $2,750. Okay, including shipping and handling. Okay. Now, this is the word on the street. No, not Giselle Bryan Street in Potomac, honey. This is word on the street. Kim is considering going back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, what I can say to y'all is this, and you heard it here first. I do believe that next season, Kim Zolciak will be back on Atlanta Housewives. I believe it's going to happen. And I want it to happen. And this is why. I said it last week in my recap of Atlanta Housewives, which, by the way, that thing went viral and I trended on Twitter because of my recap of Atlanta Housewives. I'm not going to stop saying how I feel, regardless of what some of y'all may think. My range jobs be like, Carlos speaks facts. And the gag is because I speak facts that the fan base, some of them get mad at me and want to try to read me, but it ain't going to work. It just ain't. But I find it funny because I'm going to get back to Kim and Housewives, but I want to say something really interesting. The headlines were Carlos criticizes Atlanta Housewives and uses Kenya as an example. Let's be very clear. Kenya Summer Moore, the force multiplier, was not being criticized. I don't ever criticize Kenya Moore. I say in nauseam, Kenya, who is on my top 10 greatest housewives list, Kenya can't do anything to be criticized because Kenya is the moment, she's the culture, and she's one of the best things that ever happened to that show. So for y'all to intimate that I'm trying to criticize Kenya, one of the greatest housewives of all time, my personal friend, y'all really take stuff and run with it and change the narrative, but it's fine. It's fine. Stay tuned. That's how fine it is. Secondly, I found it funny that on my recap of the first episode, the premiere, I gave it an A. I said it was a good episode. Y'all didn't repost that. Y'all didn't repost and make that viral. Carlos King praises the season premiere of Atlanta Housewives. Y'all didn't do clips of it. Y'all ignored it. Y'all did. Because I don't create clips and try to make it seem like I'm this hater. I gave the first episode an A. A minus to be exact. Still an A. Said the premiere was great. I loved it. None of y'all reposted that. None of y'all screenshot that and made a story out of it. I didn't trend because I gave it a compliment. No. The second episode, I said, you know what? It wasn't as good as the first one. It was okay. It was better. I mean, I said the second episode was not as good as the first one, but I wasn't mad at it. I enjoyed the continuation. I said, but I thought it was decent. That didn't get reposted. Y'all didn't talk about that. So when the third episode comes, and I'm like, well, I don't know, no personal story. Let me tell y'all what I'm thinking. All of a sudden, it goes viral. Carlos King criticizes Atlanta Housewives. I criticize them? How? I gave an opinion on episode 3. I praised the first 2. So my point in saying all that is, listen, I know what it is. I know what it is. And I'm gonna say this. I know that when it comes to me, y'all feel like, oh my gosh, he feels like he knows so much about reality TV. Look at his own shows. I do. I know it's because everybody can have an opinion about Atlanta Housewives. When I talk about Potomac, Jersey, Beverly Hills, it doesn't go viral. Potomac does, though. But it goes viral because of what was happening with Robin and that whole situation. Whenever I open my mouth about Atlanta, some of y'all take it real personally. And I know why. It's okay for y'all to have an opinion and say it. But y'all know that when Carlos King the First, who's been a part of the show before you even know what a TV show was, I'm one of the reasons why y'all live for the show. Not the reason, because there's no I in team. That shows a team effort. But let's be crystal on this clear as a diamond on my necklace. I am one of the reasons why that show was a hit. The girls who I interview from Atlanta Housewives tells y'all the same thing. Marlo, Cynthia, Sheree, Kenya, Lanique, everybody says it. Even the ones who don't like me knows it. So I get it. Because y'all know when I say something is valid. Because I'm not somebody who just says things on Twitter to get a reaction like a lot of y'all do. When Carlos King speaks, honey, I have a press conference. And I get it. I'm the target right now. Because I validate what you're trying to suppress. You can love a show and love the essence of it. But deep down inside, something needs to happen. But you don't want to say it because you're a fan of it. But when someone else says it, you low-key agree, but you rather hate on them because they're saying the stuff you're trying to suppress. Yeah, I am that boy. I'm that man, and I'm that guy. And it ain't going to change. So I'm always going to give my opinion. But I know what y'all doing. Y'all take anything I say that could be construed as negative and y'all run with it. And I'm fine with it. Because I don't need the validation of folks who don't mess with me in the first place. And guess who's calling me? Oh, the one y'all said I was a hater? Yeah. Because let me tell y'all something. Look at God. Look at God. I'm going to call her back. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God. Y'all can sit up here and try to paint me out to be this person. Everyone hates Carlo. He's a hater. He's bitter. He got fired from Bravo. Honey, Bravo never fired me. I have a good... Y'all can't accept the fact that a Black man left a big show because he wanted to start his own production company. Y'all can't. It ain't my fault y'all mind is small, that y'all can't think that somebody wanted better. Y'all really think I got fired from a show. That never happened. But Bravo even said it, the Bravo execs in Dave Quinn's book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé, which is now available on paperback. Hey, Dave Quinn. They said it. They said Carlos did not get fired. He wanted to start his own production company. But it's so hard for y'all to believe that. Don't get mad at me because your mind is small. I live big. I dream big. I am Big Los. And I'm going to continue stating my mind and how I feel. Yes, I love the first episode of Atlanta Housewives premiere. I loved it. I give it an A minus. I really liked it. So much so, some of the housewives, I'm not gonna call them out. Some of the Atlanta girls texted me and said, "Damn, bitch, you don't give out A's." They said, "Bitch, you don't give out A's." Thank you. I said, "No, it was a good episode." I said, "Look, I'm always gonna be honest. If I love it, I'm gonna say I love it. If I don't like something, I'm gonna say I don't like something." And my real friends, they know who I am. And the raindrops know who I am. And at the end of the day, the ones who y'all claim hate me or who try to hate me, y'all love me. I'm clickbait. So continue it. I ain't mad at it at all. At all. Baby, at all. So I have to say that. Look at God. I'm going to call you back, Kenya. Okay. Anywho. I saw that to say I want Kim Zolciak back on the show because I feel like the show needs it. Y'all could be mad. Take this and fine. The Real Housewives of Atlanta needs Kim Zolciak. They do. I said last week in my recap, the show needs OGs. I want Kenya, Sheree, Kim Zolciak. I said Candy should be a part of this, which I think I hate her so much and I don't. I want Nene back. I know that's child, they have a better chance of me coming back. Which it is what it is. Look, I want the OGs. I want Cynthia, Portia. Although I don't feel like Portia should come back, because I like Portia. Again, I know these people personally. I love the woman Portia is right now. And I don't want her back on Atlanta Housewives only because and I'm not going to get emotional. I love the place Portia is in right now. And I want my girl to continue living her best life. Portia is the happiest I've ever seen her be. So that's the only reason why I would say no, because I just don't want her to lose where she is right now. Not saying she will before y'all say, eh. I'm just saying on some real stuff to someone I know personally. I love the woman Portia is right now, and I want her to continue on this peaceful journey. Again, that's just me, but back to Kim Zolciak, I want Kim back. I would bet the farm that Kim will be back. And I think it'll be good for the show. Because what we're missing right now on Atlanta is all of the people who are not on the show, they're having some very interesting personal story. Nene obviously lost the love of her life. Greg Leaks, may you rest in peace, Greg. I love you. You want to see Nene and what she's going through with Naomi, her new boyfriend, and what was going on with that whole situation, right? My little bro Brent had a health scare. You want to see him and Nene deal with that. Nene's having some really amazing personal story that I would love to see. Kim Zolciak dealing with this. I want to see it. I want to see how her and Croy. I have, and y'all haven't either. We have never seen Kim deal with a personal story with a man that she was with. We didn't see her and Big Papa have arguments because Big Papa wasn't on camera. We never seen her and Croy argue. We really thought that they were just two peas in a pod. To see this level of intensity between what Kim is going through with Croy, I want to see that. Phaedra, who's now married to Medicine, I want to see what she's going through. Like, and again, if Portia is in her best place, and I'll leave Portia to say whether or not she should go back on Atlanta, but I would love to see what Portia's going through too. I feel like there's more happening with the women who aren't on the show anymore, and I want them back to see it. Eva Marcel going through a divorce. I want to see what's her and Michael Sterling going through. I just miss personal story. And I always say this to y'all. When people have an argument on a show, to me, that's always icing on the cake, an argument. I read you, girl. Yes, bitch. Yeah, 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 yeah. To me, that's like, okay, that's icing on the cake. But the foundation of the cake, the batter, the eggs, the milk, the sugar, that's all what you need in order for this cake to be delicious, right? As a foundation, and the icing makes it perfecto. So when the girls argue, it's icing on the cake to me. But without the foundation of personal story, I'm not interested in an argument. I'm not. I'm just not if it's not rooted in reality. That's why the best cast trip of Atlanta Housewives to me will always be Savannah. They didn't get into one major argument. It was the one thing that I loved the most was when Cynthia and Nene got into a disagreement, an emotional one, because Cynthia felt that Nene was judging her parenting with Noelle. You saw Phaedra and Monique get into a nice, nasty thing about Phaedra being late. And then the whole thing about Candy and Phaedra both dating Chuck, Monique's husband. But it wasn't a big argument. And that to me will always be my favorite trip of all time on any reality show. Because I remember being there like it was funny and it was sisterhood and it wasn't a blowout argument. I love that trip. It's the best trip that show has ever seen. So my desire for Kim to come back and what I believe is going to happen based on what I know, I feel like that's why she's needed. Period, point in the blank. But let me know if y'all disagree with me. I gotta call Kenya back, honey, see what she wants, honey. But you know where to find me. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss an episode. Love y'all.